Good morning. Good morning! Welcome to Hug Nation's Love Morning. I am John Halcyon Stin. If you're here, we're probably old friends in some way or another, even if we haven't met. So, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you are finding things already to appreciate about this day. I am finding myself deeply in need of this practice right now. I am finding myself catastrophizing and forecasting scary futures that end up robbing the joy of my present moment. So I'm finding myself really needing to deepen my gratitude practice, deepen and focus and intentionally find the things of each day that are so wonderful. Like I can see a little hummingbird just landed on that branch up there. Goodbye, hummingbird. Appreciate that. Appreciate the tree that I can see from my window. Had a moment yesterday when I was with Lisa and we just watched a show that made me cry, and I could see through the window that the sun was setting, and I just was like, let's go look at the sunset together. Just like let me consciously be present in this moment and appreciate it. Appreciate the sunset, the trees, my partner, and just hold her as the sun was setting, and just really recognizing that when times are hard, you gotta practice and steer the mind to the good places. Not all the time, but more often than it wants to go naturally. If you are here, say hello, say good morning. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, Gerbot. Good to see you guys. Happy Thursday to you. I have plans to go see my dad briefly in a little bit. I'm grateful for that opportunity to spend time with my dad. I'm grateful that we got a visit yesterday from a friend and their beautiful daughter, and I think the daughter and I have a little special little relationship because she came wearing a pink glasses and a pink boa. She's 4, and so she wore these outfits because of Pink John, although I'm not that pink anymore. And then she made some art for me that I'll share in a moment. But super grateful it was so nice to just drop in and just make art with a 4-year-old and have my mind go like, oh no, that's gonna make a mess, or oh, she's gonna use up all of that paint. I'm like, who cares? But funny how my mind would try to control the situation or manage things or try to, I don't know, the worrying mind. So I did like she was starting to paint with acrylic paints. I'm like, oh, these ones are a lot harder to deal with as far as mess and stained clothes and things. So when there was a break, I kind of switched out the paints for tempera paint. But let her use as much as she wanted. Sarah says, I'm grateful that I work with preschoolers. They bring so much joy. There is something special about that. Like here's a piece of art that Asher made. If you were listening to our live broadcast a couple days ago, this is the sun that he made, and we spent a lot of time mixing the color for this grass and the sun. These are not straight out of the bottle colors. These are custom. And I love he puts this 2 eyes and a smiley face on everything. In fact, this was a collaboration we did. I was working on the octopus, and he was doing the sky and the sun, and then he just went bump and added the smiley face. I just think, oh, what a beautiful collaboration. That's perfect. Well done, Asher. And then let me show you some of the paintings so first, So Sophia is the little girl's name. Sophia asked Lisa, will you help me with something? And so they went into the other room and got out the art supplies, and we can hear them in the other room. Sophia asking Lisa to like transcribe this, basically like write this down. This is what I want you to say. So this is her first masterpiece that she gave me, and Lisa wrote at the bottom, Dear John, I wrote this for you. You are so special. I love you. You are a special angel. I love you so. Love, Sophia. Look at that. And then, so that was one that Sophia did with Lisa's help. And then Sophia and I painted together, and this is what our collaboration was. So you can see all the colors are kind of getting glary. Oh, but I really like this one. And then then Lisa and Sophia started painting again, and so Sophia made the paint and then asked Lisa to write in the message was, I love you. Oh, I'm your friend. You love me. You're my friend. Everyone is an angel. Pretty cute. Pretty effing cute. So it was an interesting day because like I had these moments playing with the 4-year-old that and painting and creating art with a 4-year-old that were so delightful, and then I had moments yesterday that were really, I was in a fear state, and I was really worried, and just kind of, and then I had a great talk with Sophia's mom, and really helped to kind of refocus on and kind of narrow the intentions of, kind of like, yes, the more crazy the world is, the more I feel like I pay attention to more of the craziness, and then I have this feeling that I need to be doing something in a broader area, but maybe that's not true. Maybe it's like you still need to still be you, still do the good that you're supposed to do. Like, I'm not gonna, like, she was saying, so, like, I was kind of talking about, like, doing men's work, and how do you speak to the people that really need to hear it, and how do they, and she's like, kind of helped me see, like, well, you need to speak to the people that are ready to hear what you need to hear, what you're saying, you don't want to spend time with confrontational, aggressive guys that are not ready to accept that they maybe might want to make some changes to be happier. I don't think I'm expressing this well, but it was a helpful conversation for me. Earbot says, just wait until he discovers googly eyes. Good morning, Chris. Chris says, grateful for so much. Grateful to be heading to Phoenix to help my burner camp clean gear on Saturday. Nice. Then I'm grateful to be heading to Bryce Canyon after. Ooh, what a beautiful place. Gearbot saying, watercolors are so fun. These mediums were tempera and acrylic. I'm a fan of watercolors, but those were tempera and acrylic. And acrylic, my experience with acrylic is like you can use acrylic and paint on a t-shirt. Like puffy paints are acrylic. So if you get a mess on your shirt with acrylic and then it dries, it's pretty permanent. That's been my experience. As I was like cautioning Lisa, she's like, well, it says here, like, look, it says that we can get it out with dish soap, so maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, like when we draw on a rock, or if you want to paint on a rock and make it stay in the weather, yeah, use acrylic. It'll stay. Tempera will wash right off. Anywho, we now have a whole art bin for kids. instead of there was this, had some miscommunication about where art supplies were. So like we've got a art bin that has tons of like permanent pens and acrylic paints, and in my mind, like those were not part of the kids section. So now we have it very clear on where the kids art is, which is, like washable pens, chalk, clay, tempera paint, and paintbrushes and palettes and things like that. Heidi says, mine is culinary gratitude today. I bought a quart of blackberries and they were sweet and delicious. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Pierre. Anyone else want to share something they're grateful for? I'm grateful for my partner and her big heart and the way that I feel so comfortable speaking whatever I'm feeling or my truth is, and know that she can hear it and receive it and it won't be too rattling. I'm grateful for the show that we started watching yesterday, which was Dying for Sex, I think it was called, on Hulu, about a woman who is diagnosed with a terminal diagnosis and puts on her bucket list to have an orgasm with another person. And just the storytelling of the first episode of her diagnosis and her friends show up for her, and the kind of I found it to be just really funny and heartbreaking, and it really touched me in some places that have been tender lately. Pierre says, I am grateful I'm getting married in 10 days. Oh, so happy for you. What a celebration. Amazing. Yay, Pierre. Anybody else want to share some gratitude? I am grateful that I have the resources to get some help with house cleaning. We've got Miriam, this wonderful person, is coming today to help get the corners and nitty gritty things clean. I think we keep a pretty tidy house, but not like we help every couple of weeks to do the deep cleaning, or deeper cleaning. I'm grateful that I have the ability to do that. Gerbot says, grateful for springtime and this beautiful, amazing, unique spaceship that has given us life and sustains us. Yay, Earth, yay. Yeah. We're surrounded by a pretty incredible, miraculous living planet. I'm grateful that Lisa is getting momentum on her spring or summer choir series. So if you're in San Diego or Carmel, she's going to be doing these choirs that are super, if you like singing, it is such a cool experience. So I'm going to be helping her with a little bit of promo stuff. And I'm grateful for this gratitude practice and the how important it is to stay on track and recognize how detrimental just kind of untethered or unchecked fear can be. Worry, catastrophizing. These are really easy to do, and can gain a momentum that will rob all the joy. So really important to find the gratitude while also being present to reality and the parts of it that might be difficult, and recognize that when your suffering is about a reality that is not real yet, maybe it's just a worry or an uncertainty, and trying to be more present in uncertainty when it comes to fear and more present to beauty and joy when it's real, when it's present. Yeah. Well, I'm grateful. Thanks for being here and for sharing a little morning connection time. Let's try to hold that in our days, be in that vibration, be an example of someone who is putting that effort into connection and kindness, self-care. Yeah. Thanks for being one of those people. And wherever you are, give yourself a big old hug. Feel yourself being held by me and everyone here in this embrace, connected in that place beyond the physical. An intention of connection and recognition of our shared human experience as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us, thanks for being here today for some Hug Nation, love morning, connection, and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Enjoy your Thursday. Thank you, Gerbot. To you as well.